Hey everyone, welcome back to Logic Bombs. Today we'll begin row 6. Let's jump in. Oh, the level just got way bigger. Oh wow, okay. How many rows and columns is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Not 16, 15. Am I right about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, wow, okay. 15 rows and columns. Well, that's curious. Um, huh. That's honestly a little ominous. I don't love that. Okay, let's see. The vibe I get right off the bat is this, 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 because we can't have this guy attack multiple of these rows or the I think this 3 has to get like several. Okay, let me actually go back and walk through what I'm thinking here. I think he being the 3 has to get a full row, because if he gets like this and this, for example, then there's only enough monsters around to go around for one set of bombs. So he has to get a whole row of monsters. Now, which one is it? I don't know. um, is there anything wrong with it being this one? Nope, nope, nope. I think that's all good. I'm sure there's a Picross rule somewhere we can use to figure this out, but just logically, can he get this guy? Yep, that also works. Let's look and see if there's any numbers that tell us that a certain one is not possible. This guy can get that guy or that guy without issue. This bomb or that bomb can get this monster without issue. Same goes there. Same issue there. He can get him without issue. He can get him without issue. Let's look at the sideways ones. No issue, no issue, no issue. No issue, no issue, no issue. Well, we know that there's exactly one block missing somewhere in this row, and that's the whole thought. um, okay, let's say this guy does go here. Then there has to be a wall somewhere there and a wall somewhere there to stop this guy from double upping, or from these bombs hitting that monster there. We have to block off like that. Okay, no major issue. Does that imply anything interesting? Hmm. Does that imply anything interesting? I don't know. Oh, wait, okay, I'm sorry. There's something very obvious I missed. Um, whichever row or whichever group he gets, he has to put walls in the other 3. We can only have one wall in this particular column, therefore he has to get one of those 2 groups of monsters. Therefore, those are both walled off, forcing these guys to get these monsters because no other bombs can hit those monsters. Forcing a wall there, forcing. Nah, it's not clear yet. Um, but that is progress, and progress is nice. Either he gets these, or they get these. And I don't have a reason to believe either way quite yet. I believe. Oh, well, this is a solved one as well. I don't think that does anything for us. But we do know the wall has to be there or there. Therefore, the rest of the column is totally empty, which solves that for us. Nice. Ooh, which means that there's only one wall in the rest of this column. So either this bomb or this bomb is getting these guys, which we already knew. Yeah, we already knew that. Never mind. That's nothing exciting. But I'm sure there's excitement elsewhere to be found. Ah, like there. Ooh, that solves that row for us. And then that solves that column, telling us that you have to get those guys. Therefore, that's how all of that shakes out. Great. We can start solving the rest of this now, I think. There have to be the two walls in here to stop each bomb from hitting the middle section. Same goes there. The math is screwed with me now. If there's 15 per column / row, then that means we have to have one more here to solve that particular column or row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this is solved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is tremendous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. That's also solved, I think. Yes, it is. That's also solved. Is this whole thing just basically already solved? And I'm just picking up the scraps now? Probably. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, one more air needs to be found in that section there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, one more air somewhere in there. Are there any other obvious bomb rules? Ah, there's one. And that might be it. Oh, but that solves that column. Exciting. Not that exciting, but still exciting. Yeah, still not solved. How far away are we from solving this one? Ah, we're one away. Okay. Oh, and don't forget the zoning rule. We can't block anything off. We can't have like this blocked off. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, that means we have to connect up. If it's blocked off here in both directions, we have to connect this. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's solved. Oops, should have noticed that earlier. Which then 1, 2, 3 solves all of that. Oh, is this solved too? Yes, it is. Solving this, thus solving that. Oh, not solved yet. Oops. Ah, now it's solved. This is solved. Almost solved. That's solved there. That's solved there. Empty, empty, solved, empty. Not bad. For the first level of the new size, and this is the same new size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, same 15 by 15. has to be a wall there, has to be a wall there, and a wall there. Same goes here and here and here and here. What does that tell us? Which bombs can get this monster? I think literally only that guy, forcing it to be this. Which bombs can get that monster? Same exact thing. We have to have that. Rinse and repeat for all of these relevant ones. And then because of the slimes, each 4 only gets 2 on each side because we can't have them attacking the slimes. Also forcing us to have walls all around like that. If I find out my logic is in some way wrong here, I'll be very upset, because that is pretty foundational to this whole puzzle. Okay, wall there, wall there, wall there, and wall there. Any other absolutely required walls? You have to have a wall somewhere in here and somewhere in there to stop this bomb from hitting that monster and that monster. The same is true here. Have to have a wall here and here. Exactly where? TBD. The same is true here. Have to have wall there and there, or air there and there, because a wall has to be here and here. And same is true there. Now, there's a lot of zones in this level. How do we stop slimes from hitting the incorrect zones? Well, there has to be a wall there already because of the bombs. I should have had that from the get-go. That means this slime has to go there and not this way, forcing walls to be there to stop the slimes from interacting like that. What comes next? I do not know. Okay, let's say we have the wall. There's only one wall in this column. Let's say the wall goes there. Then the rest of these have to be open air, which connects this slime with that slime. Same thing happens if we put the wall somewhere up here. Therefore, the wall has to go there to stop those slimes from interacting. That should be true all around the entire edge. What is next? You have to have a spot there, 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 and there, meaning that there's a wall there and a wall there and there to stop these slimes all from interacting. Same goes there and there and there and there. Yippee, what fun. All of this is known to be air now. Oh, wait. That's solved now. Nice. Has to be a wall there to stop these guys from touching. Same will be true elsewhere. That's solved. That being these 5 rows. Thus solving those columns as well. To stop, we need to stop those guys from touching, which solves that one. And same thing happens there, solving those 2 rows. We can't let these guys touch there, solving all of that. Same exact thing happens here, solving all of that. And now we can't have you touch, or you touch, or you touch, or you touch. And I think these are filled in just to fill out. Oh, just all of it's filled in. There we go. That wasn't bad. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. I will move on to the next level now. Well, I don't think it particularly... That's funny. That's funny. Why would they use variables here for that purpose? I don't know, but we have to block out... Oh, we don't have to, actually. These guys could be connected. We just don't know yet. I was going to say we need to block off this to stop the Y and the X from touching, but we may not need to, actually. What do we have to do? Well, we can't have all of these, like, touching, right? We can't have the B's and then the Y's and the A's touching the middle. Only one thing gets to claim the middle here. What will it be? I do not know. We can't have both B's touch the middle because, or this middle row, because then they'll make one big zone of 2 slimes, which is not possible. There's only 6 slimes to go around, so only one slime can touch the middle. If I have to guess, it's gonna have to be this guy, because there's no way to block him off entirely from it. So you get to touch the middle. You can't. You can't either. We'll have to block you off somehow. What is next? We gotta have a wall somewhere in here to block this bomb from hitting that slime, therefore that's all open. I think we're 1 away from solving. Oh, we're two airspaces away from solving that one. Interesting. Let's say we have the wall here. That's open. That's open. No real problem. We have the wall here. Those touch like that. That's going to be a problem because this guy is already the designated section, the designated slime for this section. So it has to be either here or here, making all of these walls or open air. The same is true here. We can have it there or there, but nowhere up here. All of that is open air. Because the wall has to be here somewhere, this is also all revealed. I don't know what's next. We also have to block off this whole section. We need to block off these guys from touching. Exactly how? TBD. But we need to have at least one wall here. Because if it's here, that goes like that. So the wall's somewhere in there. Therefore, all this is open air. The same exact thing is true here. The wall has to be somewhere in there, or else it just touches. So that's all open air. Is that true here as well? If the wall is here, then all that touches. Therefore, wall has to be somewhere in here, making all this open air. Same logic applies there. We have to have the wall somewhere in this top section, because otherwise this will touch that, which is also touching this. Therefore, the wall is somewhere in here. All this is open air. Same logic applies here. I guess if it's there too, exact same problem occurs. So this is also open air. Same here. This is all open air for that exact same reason. What happens if the wall was here? It touches like that. If we have the wall here, it touches like that. Where is that fate stopped from happening? Theoretically there. And then also, of course, theoretically there and there. Therefore, all of these have to be open air to stop that from occurring. That almost solves this row here and almost solves that row there. Well, we absolutely have to have a wall here. Therefore, all of this is like that. We've almost solved, like, most of these. Hmm. Have to be walls there, certainly. Hmm. Have to be walls there, which solves that for us. Then we have to have. Oh, what? Oh, that's absurd. We have to have that be true. Okay. Heard. Um, that's a little wild. Curious. That's all solved. Which I think, no, it almost solves these rows. Almost, but not quite. At least not quite yet. That's solved. Yay. Anything else just obviously solved? I don't think so. What is next? Okay, we need to continue to think about how we're going to block off these bees from each other. Let's see. We put the 2 here, it connects like that, therefore the 2 has to go there or there. All this is open, all this is open. 2 has to go there. There just have to be things all right there. Then oh, is that just fully solved? We're almost fully solved here. Is it just the same thing we did up here? Logically speaking. It kind of has to be, right? Because we can only block off one more thing here. So if we have, for example, both of these open, or if we have like, oh wait, no, we can block off one thing if it's still open. Hmm. But what else should I be looking at? Oh, has to be a wall there. I missed that just from the get-go. Has to be a wall there. Solving all of that, but there's a problem. And that's a pretty big problem, actually. Oh, wait, no. It's not a problem. I just missed those. Haha. Has to go there, has to go there, has to go there, has to go there. That is also... Ooh, no. There it is. Ah, phew. I thought I'd messed something up there. No, I just missed an airspace. Next up. Oh, we're back to small levels. Nice. Fully solved column, and we've got 2 x's and 4 y's. We're looking at 3, 3. What are we looking at? We're looking at x equals 3, y equals 1, or y equals 2, x equals 1. I don't think any other possibilities are really going out of here. Let's see if x even can be 3. X can pretty easily be 3. Okay. What else do we have to know? Or what else do we know based on all of this? No, we know that there's only one wall in this row here, meaning that it doesn't actually mean that much. I lied. Oh, but curiously, 2 zones. 2 zones. And... Ooh, weird. There's lots to unpack with this one. Okay, one thing is y cannot be 1 because, or sorry, y cannot be 1 because if this is only 1, this is only 1, there is no way that this guy over here gets got, which is a problem. Let's go ahead and erase that. So y has to be at least 2. Y can't be 3 because that exceeds the possible number of monsters in the level. Therefore, y equals 2. We have to get that guy with that y, leaving this y getting that guy. I don't think there's any other absolutely required, like, you have to get this monster for certain bombs. But now we know that... Okay, there has to be a wall somewhere in here. There's one more wall over here. We can't put the wall there because if we have this y get both of those guys, this y can only get one more monster. Therefore, oh sorry, that. The wall is somewhere there. This y certainly gets that monster. Oh, and to be clear, x will be equal to 1 in this situation. That's open. Oh, so this slime is now connected to this. Or sorry, no, I don't know that for sure yet. This y has to get that monster because this y is only going to get one more monster, and so the wall's going to be in there or there, not down here. Therefore, the y has to get that monster, y has to get that monster and that monster, and then the x's are just trading monsters here. Ooh, but look at this. This slime is not connected to this entire zone. We have to block it off like that on both sides to stop this slime from touching that y, which will break up, which will cause the zones to touch. Also a block there for the same reasons. We can't have the zone touch. And because X will bomb that too. True. Wall there. And one more wall somewhere in there, forcing that to be how those monsters interact. We have to block off. I'm looking at it, and I'm pretty sure we can't have this guy be part of this group because then there's only one more way to block, one more block to block off this whole connection. It's not possible. Therefore, that's how those guys are connected. No touching. No touching, no touching. We have to have it there. Therefore, it's also there. Am I being stupid? I feel like I'm drawing kind of big conclusions. Yeah, that's the whole thought, but it still feels like I'm making really big sweeping plays that to me do make sense, but may not be fully sound when we take a step back. I'm just taking us where the logic takes us at this point. No, yes, yes. Oh, huge! Wow. I'm honestly surprised that that worked out as well as it did. Let's move on to the next level now. Oh, it's huge again. Is this the 15 by 15? I think it is. Yeah, 15 by 15. Okay, we're looking at six slimes, so 6 zones, and 7 monsters to go around. I don't quite know where to begin. Let's look at the one rows and see if there's any help there. Uh, no, not really. I don't I don't know what to do here first. Okay, let's posit some hypotheticals. Let's say this one absolutely has to get that guy. What does that imply? It implies that. Is there any reason that that would be illegitimate? No, that actually looks pretty correct. I'm going to reset it and see how we can get there logically. Because that was just a kind of arbitrary guess. You go, you go, you go, you go, you go. Oh, you know what? There's only 2 walls in this section, implying that we can't have this guy get him, because if we do, both walls have to go around here, and then he double bombs monsters, which is not feasible. Therefore, wall has to go there. You have to get that guy. And then you're also not getting him for the exact same reason. You each have to get a monster in this row somewhere. Which one? IDK, but you do have to get one in that row. Would it be wrong if they both went out like that? What would that imply? They have to go like that. Then he has to get him and you have to get him. That's not bad, right? Hmm. Yeah, you're not getting him, so one of you is getting him. Same is true there. You're not getting him. So one of you has to get him. I feel like this 2 here is like the key to solving it. If we only get 2 more walls, well, one of them has to go here to block it off. We could block off both sides, but that seems a little inadequate. If we do like that and that, for example, do we have a problem? I don't really think so. And again, you can't get him because then we have to block off that and that, which leaves us double bombing there. No matter what, just thrown out there, these are open. Not that it really matters at this stage, but yeah. Hmm. I mean, yeah, I guess we just try something. I mean, I think it all kind of works logically. This guy here, there's got to be something to figure out with our friend in the middle here. Like, if this guy gets that guy, then we have to bomb into the middle, leaving that entirely solved. Um, Forcing these guys to bomb outside, putting this guy in the middle. Okay, what if we force him to get one to the side? Well, then you have to get that guy blocked off. You have to get him. You have to get him. You have to get him. And then you're stuck getting him. Which, does that violate any potential rules? Sorry, let me redo all that. You have to go there. Does that obviously violate any rules of the game? No, I don't think so. Let's look at these slimes. Like, this guy is definitely with this guy, right? And this guy is going to get two of the monsters. Therefore, one of these slimes has to be owned by this guy in the middle here. Okay. Let's think about it. Unless there's some really weird chicanery going on, this guy is probably going to touch, like, this group here. Yeah, you literally can't do that. You have to get... Yeah, because if you do that, then double up and then it's broken. Is that true here too? You have to block there, you go there. Have to block there, you go there. No, not quite. But what does that tell us? I mean... Oh, well, okay, one thing is, we have to have air here and here, because if we don't, we connect the slimes like that. Actually, if this block is anywhere but right there, like if we have the block here or there, the slimes are going to touch either going up or going down. Therefore, it has to go right there. A similar thing is true here. If we do it like there, it's going to connect up like that. Those have to be open air to adjust. And the same thing happens here. This has to be open air to adjust. Now, we can't have the block out here or out here because I'll connect it in the middle. Therefore, oh sorry, this is all open air. And I think we'll just be doing a similar thing all the way until we solve the whole thing. Can't be there because we can't have the bombs touch in this particular puzzle. And we can't have them touch like this, so air. Well, now we know that this bomb can't go... Oh, it could go there still, actually. Wait, this bomb can't hit this monster, because if they do, it'll connect this slime with that slime. Therefore, this bomb is going to hit this monster instead. The exact same logic holds true here. You have to hit this guy, forcing you to hit him. Block, 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 block. Block there, get him. You guys get those guys. Block, block. You're blocked there. You're blocked there. Yeah, you're blocked like that to stop slime zones from touching. Opening up all of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is also all solved here. All that's now open. All this is now open. We gotta stop that from touching. We gotta stop that from touching. That from touching. That from touching. And that from touching. No touch. What happens next? Oh, that's solved, which is nice. We can't have those touch, making all of this open air. All that open air. How close are we to solving, like, most of this? I mean, obviously we have solved most of it. Just a cleanup crew, I guess, is my question. How much more do we have? Okay, huge. Those are also solved columns. The new numbers are really throwing me off here. Not in a bad way. I think the bigger puzzles are probably a good thing overall for game difficulty. But it's tough to adjust my mental math towards 15 as opposed to 10 from earlier. Oh, there has to be a wall there to stop those guys from touching. Oh, wall there, empty, empty, wall there, empty, empty, empty. Yes, 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 yes. All that's open, all that's open. Are you solved? Yes, you are. Are you solved? Yes, you are. And there we go. That one started off real tricky, but wound up being not too bad. Let's go to the next one now. Oh, one of these guys will touch the middle. That's a really important thing to know. And it's going to be one of these guys because there's only one wall to go around. There goes a wall there. That guy is still going to touch. So that's open, that's open, that's open. One of these is a non-wall. There's going to be a wall somewhere there, so that's all open to stop the bombs from colliding. Also a wall somewhere in there to stop the bombs from colliding. If you're not going to touch the middle there, then you also can't touch it there. So that's all open. You're already touching it, so you're going to be the guy who's in the middle. Tremendous. What's next? I think I see the general shape of the solution, but I want to logic our way there if we can. I'm not really seeing the next, like, obvious thing to do. Oh, that might be a lie, actually. We have to have these guys not touch, because if we have... Here, if we have, like, the wall there, they'll touch. No good. Therefore, all of that is open air. Same logic applies here. Just all of that is open air. If the wall was here, they touch, so that's open air. If the wall was here, they might touch. We'll see. There's only one more air spot here. If the wall was here, they touch. No good. Has to go there to stop that from happening. And that solves that row for us. What's next? For similar logic, we can't have this wall anywhere but there. You're already touching there, so who cares? Oh, you're empty. You're solved. You're also solved. You have to have a wall there. You have to have walls there and there to block it off entirely. You're empty. Wall empty. Not so bad. Notably, I feel like the small puzzles, small being relative, small being the 10 by 10s, are a lot quicker to solve. Maybe just because once you see like the one trick, they can't really like stop themselves from just unfurling as quickly as or they unfurl quicker than the 15 by 15 ones do. One zone. Excuse me. I am unsure where to even begin. Is there any monster that absolutely has to be gotten by a certain guy? I'm looking around. I don't see one. Okay, like look, this 4 can get all of those guys. This 4 can get all of those guys. Okay, let's think about it for a second. No matter what, the 3s have to go up at least 1, because there's only 2 side to side that they can get. Let's say that's the case. The 3s get all the ones they can side to side. That leaves the 2s here. We put like a guy there, for example. The 2 has to go up again, leaving the 4 without any monsters to hit. Therefore, the 3s are not hitting both of the ones to the side. Are they hitting any to the side? Wait, what if we only hit this guy? Right? And then we, like, go up. Okay, the 2 does not block off the 4 as effectively as it did previously. But point is, the 3s are going to have to block off... I simply don't know where to even start here. Oh, you know what? We're going to start with this row here. Look at this. There's only one wall to place in this entire row somewhere. The wall has to go next to the bomb, because if it goes like here, for example, the bomb gets like 4 guys. If it goes off on the edge here, it gets all of them. The only way to stop the bomb from and make sure it only gets 3 is to put a wall somewhere here or here. Those are both walls by virtue of that, meaning there has to be a wall somewhere in here to stop this bomb from hitting that slime. So empty, 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 empty. Curious, that 3 is getting that guy. Good to know. What happens next? Well, we know if this 3 gets, like, this entire row, for example, this 4 will have to go all the way down here to compensate. Same will happen here. The 4 has to go all the way down here to compensate. Because he can't go up that way anymore. So, no matter what, these 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, there's air there to stop it from happening. There's also air here because the only spot where it's going to be blocked is like here or here. Wait, if we have like this guy, then he has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We block there. But the 3 will get him. Okay. But there's the wall is either there or there. Yeah, the wall is like there. And then this bomb gets that guy too. Weird. Weird. I don't like that at all. That's weird. Welp. Don't like that at all. But what am I to do? One of these 2s has to get this monster here. So, gets this monster, other guy's blocked off. Has to get both of these. Let's say he gets him. This guy's blocked off. And then we have to have the wall be somewhere here. Because if we have the wall over here, if we no, the wall can't be here or here, because if it is, let's say it's there, he gets 3, and that's no good. So the wall has to be on the other side somewhere. Definitely not on the edges, though. Okay. Oh, wait, that's okay. Let me walk through what I did there. What I figured out is that this 3 can at most attack 1, 2, has to put a wall down. Then therefore has to have a wall on this side too to compensate. Or yeah. What if he just attacks 1, 2, 3 though? Ooh, that's not guaranteed. I lied. Is there a reason that he wouldn't just go a 1, 2, 3 though? I can't think of one. That's what I figured out earlier. Doesn't actually track. Dang it. Okay, so let's go back to this guy down here. If he gets this row, for example, you're blocked off there, you get all of these guys. You're blocked off there, you go up and get the next 3. Okay. And that means this 4 will have to get 2 and 2. If this 4 has to get 2 and 2, well, no matter what, both of these 4s are... Oh, he might not have to get the 2 there. He might just be able to go all the way down like that. What's no good? As in unhelpful? What are some other, like, wall limited sections? There's no other one in this puzzle, right? Yeah, no, there's no other one. Um, let's say he gets all three of these. That implies this guy gets all four of those. Not implies, basically states. Then you have to get all of those. Therefore, you have to get those three. Therefore, you go 2 and 2. Nothing weird about that. I don't think there's anything weird about that, at least. Wait, what am I doing? Let's be so for real. No matter what, this guy has to get those two monsters, because at most, he's going to get 2 from this section over here. So these 2 monsters on each side are accounted for by this guy. What does that mean? That means this guy here, for example, has to get 1, 2, 2 and 1, or 2 and 1, which means there has to be a wall on both sides to block in where he's going to go, or how far his reach extends. Which means there can't be walls on the outside, making those empty. Does a similar thing happen anywhere else? No, not particularly. Oh, this is so close to being solved. It's not solved, though. Where does there have to be walls here? Oh, what that means is this guy has to get both of those monsters. He's going to get at least 1 on each side. So, nice. Forcing this guy to... Oh, that means the 4s have to get those guys, which blocks off there and there. Which is exciting. Which means this guy has to get that guy, this bomb has to get that guy, and this 3 has to get those ones. Why did I put a wall there? Was there meant to be a wall there? I don't think there was meant to be a wall there. I mean, either way, this tracks because of what we just logicked out up here, so all this makes sense. Therefore, what happens next? Wall there, that's empty. We can do a very similar thing here. Where no, he can go up and down here, which does materially impact things. But we do get to put those on the end, because we have to put at least 1 wall on each side to stop it from going too far in both directions. That's all empty as a result. Once you put the borders on the puzzle, it always feels much more complete, even though it typically we're still pretty far off from solving it outright. Empty. Wall. You got him. Wall. Wall. You get them. You have to get him. You have to get them. No, I screwed up somewhere. Because he has to simultaneously get... No. You get him. You're walled off there. You get him. Oh god, who knows what's next. There's so much going on here. You have to get him. You have to get both of them. Wall. You have to get both of them. Wall. That's all exposed. Ooh, this does not feel good. I feel like I might have misclicked somewhere. Wall. 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 Yeah, look at the bombs. Use the bombs to figure it out. Wall. That's all open. Is this solved? Wall. Wall. Oh. Almost. Oh, where's this guy's second monster? Who's having too many yeah, no, I definitely screwed this up somewhere. I'm going to reset that puzzle and hopefully get it next time. It was just too far gone, I think, to reasonably expect to figure it out from there. Curious. One zone. Which is usually a good thing. Okay, the main thing here is figuring out, well, we know that this bomb can't get that monster because then there's not enough walls to go around here. Therefore, this bomb gets that monster, the bomb gets that monster, leaving 1, 2, 3 like that. You get him, you get him. 1, 2, 3. That's all exposed. This is all... What? No, what? Oh no, wait. How did I screw the logic there? Yeah, look, if we do like this, then you have to do like that. And that's not possible. So you have to get him. And therefore you have to get him. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Where'd I screw it up? Oh, I see what I did. I put all that there because I inversed the rule in my head for this 8. There's 8 walls, not 8 empty spaces. Oops. Apologies. Well, this is all walled off because we can't have, as you just saw, we can't have the spaces down here because then this will be all blocked off up there, which is no good. You have to go out both ways, walling off all of that. We're getting close to solving all of this. That's solved. Open. That's all solved. You have to be exposed there to get out. We can't have the passage be there for these guys. Oh, what does happen next? If we put the passageway down like that, we end up with walls all like that. I feel like this shouldn't be that hard. Classic Martin complaining. It has to be a straight shot down, because if it's not, the knives don't make sense. If you do like that, it's not going to work. We do... It has to be there, because otherwise it just doesn't make sense logically. If we put it like there, for example, then the rest of this is filled in, that's blocked off. It's not going to work. So they go there, which then tells us that, and tells us that, and tells us that, because we can't have a solo like open spot there if we block it off like that. Oh, oops. That's solved. Huge. Let's do one more, and we'll wrap up for today. Another smaller one, back in my comfort zone, I guess. 5 slimes for 5 bombs. Therefore, we can't have any of the slimes touch any other bombs. 12 in total. X equals 3, Y equals 2 works. X equals... What else could it be? Oh, they're either equal... Each is equal to either 2 or 3, because X equals 3, Y equals 2 works, or Y equals 3... No, Y can't be equal to 3. Yeah, it has to be X is equal to 3, Y is equal to 2. Is there another possibility for this one? I don't think so. X is equal to 3, Y is equal to 2, it shall be. And if X is equal to 3, and Y is equal to 2, well... We have to block off this Y from attacking, that monster. There is no way for this slime not to be attached to X here. The same is true for, I think, every single slime next to a variable. Let's look for 1s and 2s, that kind of thing. 2 here. 1 there, 2 there, 2 there. But it's not leaping out at me as, I'm pretty sure, logically speaking, we can't really... Yeah, given that there's 1 slime per bomb, we can't have the bombs climb with other bombs. Therefore, this has to be completely blocked off because it can't touch any other monsters. None. That's simply not feasible for what we're doing here. Therefore, this has to get that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. And then X has to get these ones that are off by their lonesome. And then X can't get that guy because then he'll touch another slime. So Y gets that guy, X gets that guy, Y gets that guy, X gets that guy. That was a lot of progress all at once. Let's assume it's going to slow down a second from here. Y has to be 2, X has to be 3, and they currently both are. So we'll find out what happens next. It's all very symmetrical, making it hard to find like the one imperfection where it's gonna like unveil itself to me. Let's begin to logic out, I guess. The wall can't be there because if it is, they connect. So it can't be there. Wall could be theoretically anywhere in there. Can't be there, can't be there, can't be there. Same is true on... Oh, this is actually much closer here. We can't have the wall here because they'll connect like that. The wall is somewhere in there. Therefore, this is all air. Could the wall be there? The wall could be there. But, everything up to that can't be. That solves this column, which opens up all of that. We haven't seen question marks. I'm now thinking about it. We haven't seen question marks in a hot second. Totally random thought, but where'd they go? I do not anticipate their return per se, but I'm certainly aware that they've been kind to us and haven't thrown any of those our way in a hot second. What's next? Oh, that's solved. That's solved. What's solved next? That's solved. And that's solved. And with that, boom, 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 boom. Where's the spot I'm missing? Oh, did I genuinely just... I did just genuinely screwed up. Oops. Has to go there. Yeah, I don't know why I put both there. Huge. Alrighty. With that, that is another half of a row completed. We'll jump back into the remaining levels here and go back to our old friend here next time. Thanks for watching.